for more on what Wall Street is saying about those Alphabet results, let's bring in Yahoo Finance tech editor Dan Howley, who's been looking across the street, across the Wall Street landscape at least, to see what some of the reaction has been. Dan, what have we found thus far?
Yeah, not good. Not good is basically the way I would put that. Let's take a look first at AMD. They're the company coming out obviously with their earnings. Decent beat on the top and bottom line. The Q1 outlook was a little bit better than anticipated, but the big deal here is that they're saying that first half revenue for data center will be about flat. So similar to what they saw in the second half of 2024. Everything else is going to be in the second half of 2025. That's when they're going to see their next AI chip come out. So that's when they'll start to see that reacceleration. And so that's why we're seeing this reaction so far this morning from some analysts who have dropped their price targets on the stock. We have Bernstein dropped from 150 to 125, Piper Sandler from 180 to 140, Mizuho dropped from 160 to 140, Stifel, Deutsche Bank, Raymond James, all dropping their respective price targets on AMD at this point in time. And then let's just take a look then at what's going on with Alphabet, which is struggling significantly more this morning than AMD is. We look at basically the results, not terrible overall, but the main problem here is the missing cloud. They came in with revenue at $11.9 billion on expectations of $12.1 billion. It's also a deceleration as far as overall cloud revenue quarter over quarter. So that's a metric that you continue to watch when you're looking at cloud revenue. Microsoft, you would watch the same thing. And so anytime there's any kind of deceleration, you're going to see that kind of reaction from the stock price. But then also just a mega burst of CapEx spending here on AI. And so they say that they're going to spend $75 billion building out CapEx in 2025. That's up from $57.9 billion. So an absolute huge amount of money being poured into this effort. And one of the upsides here for Google, at least, is that they were saying there's still capacity constraints. So demand is outweighing supply when it comes to their AI offerings, their cloud offerings. Similar situation at Microsoft. And so there's good news there. They just have to now spend even more to ensure that they can meet that capacity. And we'll just have to see when that starts to kind of even out. Expectations are for later this year for both Google and Microsoft. And I mentioned Microsoft because obviously one of Google's chief competitors in this space.
Yeah, certainly we are seeing the spending plans spook the street just a bit.